Hello, this is Brave Sir Robin coming to you from Parts Unknown here today with the Von Sex Machine, also hailing from Parts Unknown. We're here today, we're going to talk about
the Red Light District
of Parts Unknown. Not many of us go there, but he's coming today to review this very special DVD. It's WWE presents ECW's December to Dismember, an event that's pretty much regarded as one of the worst WWE events probably of all time, I guess.
Especially of that year.
Yeah, of that era even. And
what was the year?
2006. Yeah. December 2006. And also, it has gone on record as the worst buy rate of around, I don't know for a date how far back, but yeah, it's a really bad one.
It was.
So we just watched it, and we're going to talk about it to see if it actually lives up to its bad reputation, if it earned the bad buy rate that went along with it. So the first match that went with it was actually a good match. It was one night only, the Hardys versus M&M of Johnny Nitro and Joey Mercury with Melina. That was a good match. I mean, it was a good opener there.
It was good back and forth, good action, good spots.
Yeah, it was a really good one. I mean...
And entertained.
Yeah.
It was a good opening.
The only real downside I'm going to say is like Taz and Joey Styles were doing commentary. They didn't really mesh well together, and I think it kind of took away a bit from the match just from their... I mean, Joey Styles is really toned down at this point. I mean, ECW...
Well, at this point, there's someone talking in his ear.
Yeah, which he's not doing his strengths. Joey Styles was an excellent commentator on his own, and at this point, he just wasn't living up to what he could have.
And Taz is being Taz.
Yeah, Taz is just being Taz, being the character. I mean, he pretty much does the same thing in TNA now.
Yeah.
It was a good enough match, but it doesn't save the event, sadly, though. Worst part is it's all downhill from this point. They also build the match as one night only. I'm pretty sure these teams kept on teaming after this, even though they were on different brands, so I don't know what that's about.
I think the one and only meant those two fighting each other.
Yeah, I guess, but even so, they still fought each other other times too. But still, maybe at the time they thought it was going to be, but then ended up not. So the next match they went to was Balls Mahoney versus Matt Striker in an extreme enforcement of the rules match. Striker's rules. Yeah.
I thought the match wasn't very good.
No.
But I did like Matt Striker's opening promo.
Yeah. He did a good job, but I think
that part I liked, but other than that...
Yeah, the promo itself wasn't bad, but if you're going to come out and say, I'm against the extreme stuff, I don't want no hair pulling, I want none of this, and you're fighting someone like Balls Mahoney, I thought there should have been a payoff where Balls Mahoney's like, the referee's back is turned, I'm going to get my chair and smash him with it now. Yeah. But that never happened. Actually, and oddly, even though it was his weakness, Balls Mahoney still won with a sit-down spine buster. But it was still pretty good. Like the match itself, like we said, wasn't great, and there should have been a payoff to that type of angle. Like, this is ECW, but I don't want to do anything extreme. At the end, even after the match, they said, now I'm going to get my chair and smash him, but they didn't, and it was just unfulfilling that way. So next we had a promo for Brian Pillman's DVD, an awesome DVD, I recommend it.
Yep.
CM Punk warming up in the hallway. Apparently that gets a chapter listing, kind of pointless, but then it leads to showing Sabu taken out. You can see Sabu's on the front cover. He doesn't wrestle though, that's pretty sad.
Yeah.
All to lead up to Bob Holly being in the main event instead of him in the Elimination Chamber. We'll get to that. So the next match that comes up then, Elijah Burke and Sylvester Turkay versus the FBI of Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke with Trinity on their side.
It was alright.
It was alright. It was just a squash, really.
Pretty much. Like, it wasn't... I don't know, it was decent enough, but it didn't feel like a pay-per-view match.
Yeah, it felt like something that should have been on Superstars.
Or like, SmackDown, or something like that. It didn't... But I almost forgot how big Turkay was.
Yeah. Only thing that really distracted me in the match too, throughout the match, the commentators and Burke, when he was on the mic, calling the man bear. I'm pretty sure the man bear is slang for a big, hairy, gay man. I don't know what they're trying to tell us there. Maybe they actually had that going on with Burke and Turkay. I don't really remember.
No.
They were trying to hint at it, but I don't really remember. I mean, somebody should have known, though.
Yeah.
Didn't really need to do that. So then after this, they show Sabu being carted out on a stretcher into the ambulance, and there's Rob Van Dam and CM Punk standing over him concerned. I can't really see CM Punk doing that, though. I can't really see him caring.
I guess at the time he was a face.
Yeah, I guess. The face is stuck together. I just don't see CM Punk being friends with Sabu and Rob Van Dam for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So next, here's a match I'm going to talk about a lot. It's Tommy Dreamer versus Daivari. It wasn't a bad match, I guess. Daivari is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
But it was an ECW show. The crowd was all like the ECW fans who wanted to see the crazy hardcore stuff. They wanted to see Dreamer. And then he loses to he's going for the DDT, screaming ECW. Then Daivari rolls him up. I thought that was kind of like, it's Vince McMahon taking a piss pretty much.
Yeah.
Saying, you like ECW? Fuck you.
Yeah. But Dreamer never wins, but...
I guess.
I don't mind Daivari going over because Dreamer never wins a match. Hardly wins anything anyways.
Yeah.
But that was always his thing. Like,
I guess, but
2
Daivari,
years fighting with Raven, only won once.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I like Daivari. He is a good wrestler, but as far as WWE fans were concerned, it's Tommy Dreamer losing to a manager. I know Daivari is a good wrestler. He did a good job in TNA and even Ring of Honor. He is a good wrestler, but in WWE, he was mostly a manager, so this is, I don't know, and plus, like, being an ECW show, this is something you'd see on, like, a SmackDown or something, I guess.
And after the match.
Yeah, he gets beat down by the Great Khali after 2. Vince McMahon, again, saying, fuck you to ECW, which he liked to do, apparently, which is pretty sad. So now, Paul Heyman comes in, he talks to Hardcore Holly, who's already in his gear, and tells him he's in the Elimination Chamber. And the fans, right after this, they're pissed. Big TNA chant even going on. This is at the time when the fans would chant TNA when something bad was going on in WWE. Nowadays, when something bad's going on in WWE, like, now Ring of Honor, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think to do that.
Yeah, really. I don't know, they changed Colt Cabana last week, so.
Yeah.
So next, we had Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly versus Kevin Thorne and Ariel. Not two big guys. This was the ECW of this era. They kept bringing in these new guys.
Maybe worst match of the night.
Probably, yeah. Because Knox and Thorne were not very good. Thorne used to be Mordecai, and he wasn't very good then. He was slightly better when he came back as the vampire, but still not great. Kelly was...
Rel did it better.
Yeah, he did. Kelly wasn't very... Well, she's still not very good now, but she was even worse at this point.
Yeah.
So was Ariel, for that matter. Shelly Martinez, or Salinas, I believe she was known as in TNA.
Yeah, I think it was it.
Yeah, it was Salinas.
Yeah.
It's like neither one was really good.
Mike Knox had a beard. It was before the beard had a Mike Knox.
Yeah, really. So the match itself, like you said, wasn't great. The guys did their time, then Kelly gets tagged in and Ariel gets tagged in. And they had a bad cat fight. They're fucking up left and right. And they're getting into... Then Mike Knox walks off the apron and allows what did she even do? I think she attempted an STO and totally fucked it up.
Something like that.
Kelly.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't very good. The girls couldn't do anything at all. And the guys were just equally as useless. So I think if I'm going to pick worst match of the night, I'm going to say this one too.
Yeah.
The whole lead up was to the Sandman hitting the ring though.
Yeah.
Once Kelly was in there on her own with that
Thorne. The generic music that sounded nothing like Metallica.
No, it's actually, I think it's Twisted Transistor by Korn, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I looked up before, but still, it should have been something else. Obviously, Vince McMahon didn't want to shell out the money to Metallica. I kind of wish he did, but I do understand. Yeah. So next we have Rebecca interviewing Bobby Lashley, aka Black Lesnar. I'm only mentioning this now. I'm pretty sure Rebecca is in TNA now as Miss Tessmacher. Just figured I'd point that out, just to say she was here first. So now we have the main event of the night. The Extreme Elimination Chamber with Big Show, Rob Van Dam, CM Punk, Test, Hardcore Holly, and Black Lesnar, Bobby Lashley. So what did you think of this match? It wasn't
the best Elimination Chamber match, but even if it was the worst Elimination Chamber match, it still wasn't a bad Elimination Chamber match.
Yeah.
I thought it was a suitable main event for an ECW brand at the time.
Yeah, I guess. This is the first and only time they let ECW have their own pay-per-view.
And Lashley won it, which was fine, and beat it. Because I understand the storyline at the time, which kind of refreshed my memory after watching this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Of what Lashley was going through. It made sense with the ending and everything. So, I mean, I couldn't... And the times that Punk was in the ring did a really good job.
Yeah, like Punk...
I like that.
Punk and RVD were easily the most popular two in there. You know, Punk was the first gone.
Yeah.
Which... What are you going to do, I guess? He was
brand
new at the time. He had
his moments of the match.
Yeah, and he was brand new at the time, so that's all right. Then, right after Punk was gone, that's when we get Test eliminated Hardcore Holly in a really confusing spot. Like, he's leading up to the big boot. You think he's going to kick RVD. Then he kicks Hardcore Holly and covers him. I'm pretty sure the referee didn't count 3, though. It looked like some sort of fuck-up.
It looked like the fuck-up. It looked like the ref stopped counting 3, and that he was going to call that Holly put up his elbow. Because I kind of thought, okay, Holly kicked out. Test rolls off, and RVD gives the frog splash, and heel pins.
Yeah, or something like that.
Because RVD was perched up.
Yeah, that's true
at that
too.
point. They ended up kicking Test out.
Yeah, maybe there was some sort of miscommunication.
That was kind of screwed up there.
Because Test covers them, then the referee counts 1, 2, doesn't count 3, but then they tell Hardcore Holly to get out of the ring anyway. Some sort of mess up happened there. I don't know what happened.
And to be honest with you, I don't remember after the fact from ECW shows and anything came of it.
No.
Was that something?
Not that I remember.
I don't remember.
I'd block out a lot of this stuff because it was pretty bad at this time. It was before it really got good. So then RVD gets eliminated by Test. So after that, the fans just go downhill. They're shitting on it after that.
Yeah.
The two most popular, the only two that anybody in the that was in the crowd cared about were Punk and RVD. So once they were gone, we just got these loud chants of TNA and bullshit and all this stuff. Rightfully so. I mean, this is a product of WWE. Here's what we want. Here's what you want. Fuck you. We're giving you what we want. You know, type of thing.
Even for that, look at the back of the case. The only two matches they advertise is the one and only tag match of Eminem and the Hardys, and the Elimination Chamber. That's it.
Yeah. So then after it's just Test, and then Lashley comes in. First it looks like he's going to power through the glass, but luckily Sense prevailed and he just climbed out through the top. Eliminates Test. Then the Big Show comes in. They fight for a bit. Then Bobby Lashley wins, and here comes the reign of Black Lesnar. I'm sure big things are going to come from him. Oh no, wait, he was gone in a year. Fuck So yeah, that was it. That's ECW's December to Dismember. Like you pointed out, only 2 matches announced. Everything was thrown together.
This is the worst thing. And maybe it's because like every WWE pay-per-view DVD says this. It says approximate time, running time 3 hours. Yeah. The whole thing was 2 hours, 15 minutes.
Yeah, an episode of Raw with the overrun.
2 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah. That was it.
Or pay-per-views.
And that was from opening. That was from when the credits started opening the show until the black and fade to black at the end of the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was really short. There was a lot of filler. Between the end of the second last match to the start of the Elimination Chamber, there was like a 20-minute break of just stalling and talking and stuff. Like they didn't know what they were doing for this show, obviously.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad because Paul Heyman was gone right after this. I think he took most of the blame, sadly, which I don't know what happened there. I wasn't behind the scenes, so I can't really talk about it. There's speculation, but that's all I ever read stuff like that as, is just fan speculation, so I can't really say.
That's right.
But like you said, like there's a lot of fillers, just like all this stuff in between, everything's thrown together. We were talking about it before too. I thought that the Hardys and Eminem were going long, but I could see why, like you said, why that would go as long as it did.
Yeah. But
everything else seemed like they were dragging it. Like crap, we don't have enough to fill time. So like Sean Daivari and Tommy Dreamer are filling time, and then Knox and Thorne are filling time.
That's right.
Neither of these guys are good enough to really do that, sadly, though.
No.
Like most of them are still pretty green.
I think it was gutsy enough for Vince to give ECW its own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But because I mean at this time, Raw was getting their pay-per-view every month. SmackDown was getting their pay-per-view.
Yeah, they were dual branded.
And then you had the big ones that were all together, like SummerSlam Mania, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this was the first one ECW went out on its own, and it failed
miserably.
I mean, I know the roster there wasn't that great, but you could have done better than what it was. So yeah, it failed miserably.
Yeah, like it's
and
sad.
there's a lot of bad mistakes to it. Like there wasn't much build up to any of the matches on TV before this.
No, like I said, the only 2 announced were the tag match and the Elimination Chamber. Everything else was just probably decided that night or something. I mean, I don't know. Like, the mistakes were made. It's pretty sad that this ended up being the only one because they probably could have done more. Even if they brought in guys from other shows like they did with the Hardys and Eminem, they probably could have done something. But yeah, it was pretty much a complete and total failure. It's not a very good card. Yeah. This was your first time seeing it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I saw it before when I bought the DVD in a clearance bin. So that's ECW or WWE CW December to Dismember.
And it sucked.
Yeah, it sucked. Don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Like download a torrent, I guess, of this. I mean, you download a torrent of a WWE.
Now, if you get it for $10.
Yeah, if you under 10.
If you get it for $10 under, it's worth it for that.
I'll say 5.
Yeah.
You can get it for $5 with another DVD, the 2-for-1.
Because I mean, I don't know what this deal over put the Hardys versus Eminem on.
Yeah.
Other than this one,
Yeah. So there we go. This is Brave Sir Robin and Von Sex Machine signing off. Catch you later.